Alright, so today we're going to do a finance video on cars. What could be better? So I've done a few of these before, right? The very first one's right there. So I did that on a Porsche 911 GTS, and then I also did it on a Model 3, and now I'm doing it on a Mercedes AMG C63. So I'm just picking cars randomly. I'm picking cars that I enjoy, but please let me know what you would like to see, because at the end of the day, I make these videos for your enjoyment and because I enjoy doing these. So what I'm going to do today is completely price out this Mercedes C63 AMG. On the Mercedes website, we're going to get the full amount of the car at the bottom after we've added all the bells and whistles and how we'd option it out. And then we're going to look at the things that people don't really think about: depreciation, how much you're going to pay in interest, also your insurance, your fuel costs. And we're doing a new car, right? So that way, a little bit less variables. So that way, we're not looking at unexpected costs. So we're looking at brand new vehicle, 3-year warranty. We're going to assume that the car is financed for 5 years and that there's no issues, right? So I'm going to leave a link below for the spreadsheet as well, because I leave a spreadsheet that shows the whole amortization, and I'm going to do some research as far as what the depreciation looks like. And then we'll, summarize everything and see what the total cost is, right? Because we only think of, oh, well, I'm only paying, X amount on the car. Let's say the payment is $500. I'm only paying $500 for this car. But then if you think about, well, you're also paying another $150, $100 in insurance, another $100, $150 in fuel, and then your car's depreciating, let's say $100 to $200 a month. What is depreciation? Well, let's say you bought the car for $40,000. And a year later, the car's worth $35,000. So you've lost that $5,000 within 1 year. So you finance the car, you're paying on a car that's basically $40,000. Yet if you need to get rid of it or sell it or trade it in, it's only worth $35,000. So you've lost $5,000. So hope you guys enjoy the video. If you enjoy this content, please like and please subscribe, because it really helps the channel get more likes and motivate me to continue to do more of these videos. All right, so here we are on the website. So I figure the funnest part is to actually review and build the car together. Again, today's example, we're doing a C63. So let's dive right into it. So I'm going to just try to make this as quick as possible. As far as the color, to me, Mercedes should be silver. Again, I'm speccing out as I think it should be. And so I would do silver with the black 20-inch rims. So then we start seeing the price start to go up. And also the blacked out window, which is odd to me, because when you do the AMG Night Package Plus, which the badge, on here, it still says chrome, stays chrome, and then when you move to here, it blacks it out, which is interesting. So what else? I would add that. And again, just gonna fully spec it out, and then we're gonna, see what we're gonna pay as far as the interest, the principal, and provide a complete breakdown. So I do like the yellow stitching, which is very, the AMG, traditional AMG. See the yellow stitching in here. And I do also like the option for the performance seats, which I think is an option that's worth it. And in this trim here, I kind of like I think it's this one, the AMG carbon fiber. All right, and then let's see what other options we have here. AMG, I think it's this one. No, it would be this one, the 3250, which isn't too bad if you think about it, for performance seats. And then you see how they look. So you see this performance seats there. So the more bucket seats, more sporty, racy. Let's see what other options are available. I would do the steering wheel as well, so upgraded steering wheel. You see it updates there, so you have the carbon fiber here. So it's more sporty steering wheel. And alright, so let's go to options next. Excuse me. And let's see what else there is there. I would do ventilated seats. Yeah, in Florida you don't really need heated steering wheel. Driver assistance package, sure. And then the car comes out to 105,225. So let's take a look at everything that is included. So let's look at the summary page. So that's what it looks like, right? You have the silver, the black rims, kind of decked it out completely. Here are all our options. The color of the rims, the night package. You have $7,200 worth of options for the interior. And then you have another $6,400 of options. And again, it starts to add up, right? It started at 88, so now we're at 105,225. So let's get to the spreadsheet, right? So moving the spreadsheet over here. So this is an amortization table that I've put together. So you have the purchase price of the vehicle, which again, we see right here as 105,225. 105,225. Didn't mean to put this plus sign there. All right, so there we go. So what does this tell us, right? So this is the loan amount. So this calculates and adds in the purchase price, the sales tax, dealer fees, and deducts the down payment, right? Which would show what we are financing, right? So again, for simple purposes, there's so many variables. This is just really to show us what we'd be looking at. Let's say you price the car out as spec'd that way. You're spending 105,225, right? That's what we're spending. Your sales tax, against Florida sales tax is 7%. 7% of the purchase price is 7,300. So if you're putting down 10,500, we're saying dealer fees are 1,000. If you're putting out 10,500, you see that a majority of that is going towards these two things. Because again, the car costs $105,000, so you're paying so much in tax. So now, $8,300 of the down payment is going towards sales tax and the dealer fee, right? So now as we're going down, we're using a 3.99% interest. We're saying it's a 5-year loan, 12 payments a year, and then you start seeing here, your loan starts out at $103,090.75, and as your payment is going to be $1,898.11. Again, this is for demonstration purposes. The more down payment you put down, or the less your payment's going to fluctuate. Let's say $20,000. $20,000, your payment goes from $1,800 to $1,723, which isn't all that much. But let's look. So $1,723, and then you do $10,000. You're at $1,907. Okay, so $1,907, $399. So your payment's $1,907, and look how much we're paying in interest. And again, this is a low interest rate, right? If we do 5, 6, it's going to get higher and higher. But let's just go with 3.99. Let's say we're able to get a rate like that. So you start seeing. So the cool thing about this is it tells you your beginning balance. Your payments are always going to be $1,907.31. If you do an extra payment, it's going to count, calculate that as well. But for purposes of this, we're just going to not make any extra payments. We're just going to see how much we're paying interest, and principal. So this calculates everything. So as more months go by, you're paying more principal, less interest, right? Then here you have your principal payments, your interest payments for the month, your ending balance, and your cumulative interest payments. So with this specific loan, putting $10,000 down, we're going to pay a total, and as you scroll down, I've also made highlights of what your balance is going to be at the end of year one, $84,000. And this is how much you're paying in principal, how much you're paying in interest. Your ending balance is beginning balance. Yeah, so this beginning balance of year one, as you make a payment, you're going to owe this much. And in year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, the car's paid for. All right, so that's the payments related to interest. So I've created tabs here for loan, depreciation, insurance, fuel, and then the complete summary. The depreciation we're going to discuss a little bit more about, because depreciation is not something really that you pay, so it's really not a cost to you. But if you think about it, your car is losing that value. So I just created a calculation for it just to have an idea of how much we're losing in value, to really put a monetary figure, kind of giving us an idea of what that looks like. So here's the loan, the breakdown I provided, right? That $1,907. Your yearly cost is $2,200 $100,000 that you're paying this vehicle. And if you look, the total is $114,438 that we're paying. So total amount paid. If you scroll all the way down, how much interest did we pay? $10,848. And it tells you right here, cumulative interest, right? That matches. So we financed a car for $103,000, but we ended up paying $114,438 because of that $10,000 of interest. Then look at depreciation. I got this from Car Edge. Again, this is an approximation. I put so Car Edge didn't even let me actually select the C63. I just put a C-Class, I put the amount, brand new price, I put 105, and it told me what the depreciation is, right? So I made the calculations here, and this is the chart giving you that breakdown. So it's saying that the first year it's going to depreciate 17%, which is a total of $18,000. And then if you break it down per month, you're losing about $1,500 a month on the first year, you're losing about $1,400 the second year, $931 the third year, $100. So at years 4 and 5, it starts to lessen the depreciation because majority of the depreciations, within the first 3 years. That's why when you lease a car, you see the residual. That typically is about what they value the car to be when you lease it. All right. So then after 5 years, we're saying that we purchased the car for $105,000. It's worth, after depreciation, it's worth $52,000. If you look at the lease on this car, the residual is somewhere around there as well. They're looking at insurance. So I did a quick search. What the average would be in insurance. Again, this can fluctuate, but for the purpose of this video, just an estimate, right? But it's good to have an estimate because it puts everything into perspective. So let's say you're paying about $200 a month on insurance on this vehicle. Your yearly cost is going to be $2,398. For the 5 years, you're paying $1,190. Then we get to fuel. Now these cars average about 18 to 20 miles a gallon, depending on your driving habits. Highways a little bit higher. I believe it's up to 24, 25. And then let's say, again, these are conservative numbers. Could be higher, could be less. So the monthly cost is about $210 of fuel with a yearly cost of $2,500 and giving you a total expense of $12,600. Now we get to the summary page, and so I've added everything up here. So this is your loan amount that we saw on this tab, right? $22,887 per month. Your depreciation, your insurance, your fuel. So for year 1, although your payment's only $22,000, I say only, but that's a pretty big chunk, but it's only $22,000. When you add in insurance and you add in fuel and depreciation, it costs you $46,000, right? Year 2, loan payment stays the same. And again, we're assuming insurance and fuel are not going to change. Insurance, we know, mostly goes up, so we don't know what's going to happen there. So we're going to assume that stays the same. And your cost for the second year is $44,000. Year 3, $38,000. Year 4, $28,000. Year 5, $32,000. The reason it's going down because your depreciation is decreasing. If we want to again take depreciation out, because again, it's really not a cost to you. You're not paying for this depreciation, but it's a cost to know that, hey, your car is losing that value, right? So whether you want to add it in or not, it's up to you. I have them both laid out here. So if we take depreciation out, you obviously see that the total 5-year cost of this vehicle with depreciation is $190,000. If you take the depreciation out, it's $139,000. So a huge delta, right? So depreciation adds about $52,000, which we said is the calculations there. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you find this interesting and helpful, please comment below. Let me know if there's any cars that you want to recommend, suggest that I kind of do this research on. I really enjoy making these videos. If you guys like and subscribe, it's going to just motivate me more. It's going to help the channel grow, and that's what I want to do, is continue to bring you this great content. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care.